opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Bills will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A big play there for Philly. 44 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Hurts. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bills force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 42 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Josh Allen with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Bills lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Hurts sets up to throw it. This will be caught by Brown. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Past the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Throwing is Hurts. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Allen. Into space at the 45. On the move past the 40. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now 2nd and 9. Here's Allen. Now he'll tuck this and run. Has his man, it's Shakir. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Khalil Shakir, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this 3rd down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. Here's Hurts to throw. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
And that is incomplete here.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Barkley inside handoff. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not,
That ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here's Allen to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. Open man downfield, it's Palmer. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A big play here for Buffalo. 44 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to him. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now Allen. Finding Shakir across the formation. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Yeah. Can he put it aside? Let's find out. They go play action with Hurts. He sets to fire deep. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
The Eagles on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd and 11 now. Again, he'll drop to throw. This one complete down the field to Goddard. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Got him in. It's Brown. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jahan Dotson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Eagles get a bit closer. Elliott good with a PAT. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Allen going to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here's 2nd and 7. Now Allen. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Shakir hauls it in. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Able to locate his running back open downfield. Then he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
That's good for an Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Hurts. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly,
pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8. Play action. Here's Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 32-yard line. Hurts sets up to throw it. Incomplete.
And that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, having a partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith on the receiving end from Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Elliott good on the extra point. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Allen now looks to throw. They'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Allen. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. They'll try the middle with Cook. Shifts by him. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills will take over here at their own 14-yard line. I guess we're at the point of the game where they do need to open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one did not go as planned.
Yeah, these guys need something good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there. But obviously that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Allen hit. He lost the football. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
To the air, Allen. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Here's Hurts to throw. Quick slant here to Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Smith on the receiving end from Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. Cook's full extension, it's complete. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw, it's Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. From the gun, it's Allen.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 19. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. Up the middle, it's Cook. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
73 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen scoring on a 2-yard keeper.
And the Bills have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Take him down. The Bills get to him.
And Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
There he goes, left side.
Now he's loose again.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith,
64 yards.
And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
23 yards, the final tally.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now Allen. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. That'll be complete to Cook. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
This taken in by Kincaid.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. A give. This is Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Jalen Carter working his way back behind the line of scrimmage and dropping him for a loss.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. So Allen's going to look to throw. That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bills have opened up a 3-score lead as they pull away here in the 4th. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going...
And my goodness, another interception. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And Cooks hands it over the middle. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Open man is Palmer. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly,